So we're going to start a little gemstones project, and I have a little worksheet for you. And this shows you how to create those geometric shapes you find in a gemstone. Now, for the first one, I'm going to show you number 2, and that just starts out with a rectangle. And then I'm going to kind of extend those rectangular lines, those top ones and the side ones, and it's kind of going to look like a little makeshift tic-tac-toe board. And then I'm going to connect the diagonals in the corners. And then, of course, I go ahead and continue those edge rectangular spaces. And then I'm going to put an X inside of those rectangular spaces, and those are going to create triangles. And then the next one is kind of similar, so we're going to skip down to 6. And at any time, if I'm going too quick, just pause the video. And I'm going to create a number 11, and then put a V on the bottom, and kind of that upside down V on the top. And I'm going to use a pretty similar method. I'm just going to go out from each corner and then connect the ends of my lines. And that's not necessarily going to create a rectangle. It's going to create more of a oblong, trapezoidal kind of shape. So, but I'm going to put the X's inside of there, and then that will also create that next shape. Then we're going to skip over to 5, and you can start with an oval, more of a circle type shape, but you want to have an even number of dots. You don't want to have anything that is odd numbered. And in fact, I usually start off, and they have to be symmetrical. You can't have like 10 on one side and 2 on the other. So by symmetrical means that I started with 1 on the top and 1 on the bottom, and then I put 1 on each side, and then I put an even number in between, because what I'm doing is I'm skipping some of those dots, and that creates that shape in the center. And then I just go ahead and do it again, and that creates my next one, and then I use that very same method to create the outside of my gemstone. And you can, if you want to, you can create the X's again, or I'm actually doing the lines that you see in number 1 there, and they can kind of be mix and matched a little bit. Now I'm going to move on to showing you 4 and 8 as well. That one on the bottom, that number 8, that's more of a 3/4 view, but we're going to start here, and both of them start out as a V, but number 4 will be a taller V, and then I just kind of complete my triangle, and then have some diagonal lines coming inwards, and then a line across. Now the 3/4, I start with a shorter V, and then connect it rather than going straight across and then upwards with my lines, and then I end up creating a hexagon on top. Now I go back and I want to start some of those details on that number 4, and if I create the V's on top, that creates those triangles, and I can even make that more detailed by creating a zigzag, and that'll create some diamonds on top, as well as some vertical lines. Now, if I draw a little arrow in all these little triangles, that's going to create even more geometric spaces for me. So the more lines you add, the more intricate your gemstone is going to get. I could even, if I wanted to, add some of those intricacies to the 3/4 view, if I wanted to. But again, like I said, that's optional. You can mix and match with this just